Welcome back right now at 6:14, keeping an eye on all that is happening and new this morning. We'll head over to the Interactive Center and update with Dave.
Good morning, Sean. We've been following Blake Jensen's live shots, of course, from Government Way in this rollover, but also his tweets as well in between his reports. And as we go back to the live pictures, Blake tweeting new information on this crash on Government Way in Houston. Deputies now telling Blake that the female was actually driving the car. She is out safe. Blake also tweeting that he's being told the male passenger who is still trapped in the car is the driver's son. The good news here, no serious injuries for either person. You can follow us on Twitter at KHQ Local News. We follow breaking news throughout the day on KHQ.com with our news breaks, streaming live at 10, noon, and 2. Back to you guys.
All right, Dave, at 6:15, KHQ MD. New research about whether weight loss surgery could help end the most common form of diabetes. An estimated 26 million Americans have type 2 diabetes, and today the New England Journal of Medicine is calling it one of the fastest growing epidemics ever. And the new research is suggesting weight loss surgery might be the best medicine for those who cannot get their disease under control.
It's pretty amazing. Many of our patients, within even hours of the operation, their blood sugar becomes normal. So even before they've lost any weight at all.
The study and another from the University of Rome showing the blood sugar decreases have lasted so far up to 2 years, and they could actually end up being permanent. All right, weather-wise, we've been telling you all morning long, a lot of dense fog in the outlying areas as well as some black ice, and also downtown here near the river. So please allow yourself extra time as you make that morning commute. Right now, time to check out the forecast with George.
Right now, your weather in the 6s.
Well, let me show you what we're talking about. There it is. Now, it may not be like this at your house. In fact, most places don't have a fog problem this morning, most places, but there's plenty of you. And if you live by a river, if you live by a lake, you certainly got a stronger possibility. And the truth is that under normal conditions, whatever that is, this time of year, our fog starts developing about this time and runs for the next few hours. That's the normal process. Usually it's not there much earlier in the morning. Well, that's the way it looks in downtown Spokane right now, at least from this camera here. You can just barely see the road and some lights down there. That's about all. But now this shot is just, just turn the camera around a little bit, and here we see that we got moisture on the road, so it can be icy because we're at 31 degrees, but there's no fog in that shot. So it really all depends on where you are. If you live in an area, and if you have fog a lot of the time this time of year, you got a good shot at this morning. You're going to have to leave early and go slow because it's icing up in many places. Here comes our next round of rain. Yes, we're going to have rain again today. We're going to have rain every day, probably through this week, maybe into next week, with a storm system coming in about every 24 to 30 hours. So it's just going to be nonstop, and that means snow up in the mountains. It's going to be a little while before it gets to Spokane. We're not expecting anything more than a few sprinkles until probably this afternoon, but it could arrive earlier. This is it coming on shore. Right now, up in the passes, it is snowing a little bit in Snoqualmie, a little bit in Stevens Pass. We're at 31 degrees in Deer Park. We're at 33 in Spangle, but you're 29 and the temperature dropping rapidly over in Cheney. Any of you, wherever you are, over the next couple of hours, expect your temperatures in most of these places to go down 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 degrees before they start to go up. There's the warm spot, 48 degrees in the foothills of the Blues in Walla Walla. Spokane, 35 with fog in the morning and icing, 46 at noontime, and then we stay in the mid-40s, but we're going to have rain showers, best chance obviously, going to be coming through the afternoon. Much warmer out in the Columbia Basin, but along the east slopes of the Cascades, you guys there can pile up some snow, several inches of it, before it changes to rain and pushes everything up high. Overnight tonight, it comes back to snow levels dropping back down. Not for everybody, but the usual places, and then shoved back up because we'll have more rain as we go through tomorrow. We're going to really have rain every day out there. 48 degrees today and breezy in the afternoon, 51 on Wednesday. We have that showers, that rainstorm coming through this afternoon. Then Wednesday night into Thursday, we have another one coming through, and then another one for the weekends. Guys, I see no end in sight, Sean.
All right, thanks very much, George. Right now at 6:18, want to take you back to live pictures as we are tracking the developments on the ground in Colorado, that wildfire burning. We do have some new information specifically on what may have sparked this. 900 homes evacuated. evacuated there, at least one death. The fire apparently started at the site of a controlled burn conducted last week by the Colorado Forest Service. That's according to KMGH television. The fire then rekindling Monday afternoon in high winds, gusts as high as 69 miles per hour recorded in Conifer, Colorado. And you can see some smoke in the air as fire crews continue to work at the location and many others around the area west of Denver and specifically in Conifer. But these aerial views give you an idea of how much has burned in that area, and there are homes destroyed, and you can see still smoke rising from the tree line right now. We'll keep you posted as developments come in this morning.
Well, listen to this story. Nearly 9 million pounds. That's how much trash volunteers cleaned up from coastlines around the world last year. It's part of the International Coastal Cleanup. And get this, the top 5 types of trash: cigarettes, plastic bottles, beverage lids, plastic bags, and food containers. The report says volunteers found 94,000 balloons, you know, the helium ones that go up in the air, 267,000 items of clothing, and 940,000 pieces of food packaging. That is a lot of trash, unfortunately. Well, it's been almost 50 years since the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and now brand new, rare, unpublished photographs from his funeral have come to light.
Life magazine is sharing these, some unseen pictures until now. Take a look. These were taken on November 25th of 1963 when about 800,000 Americans lined the streets to watch the funeral procession towards St. Matthew's Cathedral in central Washington, D.C.
Lee Harvey Oswald shooting the president while he was on a political trip in Dallas. Oswald was later shot and killed by nightclub owner Jack Ruby the day before the president's funeral.
Many people attended his funeral, including his widow, of course, Jacqueline Kennedy, 3-year-old John Kennedy Jr., 5-year-old Carolyn Kennedy, and brothers Robert and Edward.
Presidents from France and Germany were also at the funeral. Between 1964 and 1966, an estimated 16 million people have visited his gravesite. And of course, now Jackie is buried beside him.
That's right.
All right, brand new pictures for you also this morning out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's right, about a bull riding event. If you've ever been to a rodeo, you know how these go and how they can go.
Yeah, a 24-year-old bull rider at the Atai Marie Invitational on Sunday got a lucky break after this. Emilio Resende managed to escape after his boot, look close, and spur got caught on a strap still attached to the bull he was riding.
Mr. Slim, the bull, continued to buck while Resende crashed down on his neck and shoulders. And we have a little bit closer look for you here. Look at this. Resende finished 19th among 23 other competitors in the event who earned a score.
Yeah, Resende managed to escape without any serious injuries. The event features top 35 bull riders in the world and, quote, against the toughest bulls on the planet, end quote. Yeah, what was the bull's name there? Mr. Slim? Excuse me, Mr. Slim, let go.
And that is, if you've ever ridden horses, you know, or bulls, you know for a fact, you just hold on for dear life at a situation like that, let alone getting stuck and caught in the stirrup.
I don't know about you, but I want to be nowhere near Mr. Slim. Maybe the mechanical bull out at the Spokane Interstate Fair, but other than that, that's where it ends.
Mr. Slim apparently has attitude.
Yeah, Mr. Slim, yeah, he carries a big stick and a lot of weight.
Speaking of big sticks, the Chiefs, we've got some tickets.
Let's give them away right now. We're going to give away tickets to the Chiefs-Vancouver matchup. Take caller number 6, Shelley, 441-3310. That sound good?
That sounds really good. Ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin is standing by to answer your phone. Say, good morning, Ben. Am I a winner? We'll take a break and have birthdays after this.
Good morning, Ben. Am I a winner?
Swing around. Max, can you swing around, show?